Welcome to How Preschool Teachers Do It.
I'm Cynthia.
I'm Alison.
And we have a combined 55 years of experience working with children, families, and experts in early education.
We are not random influencers.
No, we are not. Whether you are new or have been our podcast peeps since 2018, we are thrilled you found us. Hi, preschool peeps.
Hi, peeps.
Welcome back to the podcast. We are going to start by shouting out first names only of a couple of people who for free are subscribing to my Substack where they can get articles, these episodes, and early access. I so appreciate, both of us do because the podcast is there as well. Yeah. So we so appreciate the fact that you subscribed or are subscribed and receiving the weekly emails that tell you what I've put on Substack, or you're going to Substack to see for yourself during the week. Yeah. Hard to say. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to know more about what we're doing or why we're doing this, you have to listen to the prior episodes.
Correct. All right, today we're shouting out Janelle, so hello.
Hey, Janelle.
And Nina.
Janelle and Nina, we see you out there.
Yes, we see you.
We see you. Yeah. Thank you so much for not going into the Substack email and clicking unsubscribe.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
We do. We appreciate you very much. You know, when we're shouting out names, we would love it if you let other people know about the Substack too. Everyone's welcome to subscribe for free. I know sometimes people set up things to be paid for on Substack. I have not done that.
This is free, guys. It's
free.
Can't emphasize that enough.
I know.
It's not often you find something free.
Free learning, that's free good. Connection,
yeah.
Free resources all in one place for you. And you might even find some of my personal stories a little interesting.
Yeah, you might relate. You might relate.
Maybe. You
never know.
If you do relate, please let me know.
Write her and let her
I feel like I'm collecting people who relate to the topic that I started out with.
Isn't that
But then there are going to be other topics if there aren't already.
Like you collect the people that are like you.
Yeah, we said that in a prior episode.
And I had this conversation just this week. I was like, everybody's weird in their own way. You have to find the people who are your type of weird.
Yeah.
And then those become your people.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we're not here today to talk about that. No. We are here today to continue, or add on to is better.
Yes.
Add on to a topic that I believe was released in February of this year.
I think that is true.
You can go back and look at February.
Yeah.
And it had to do with the things that we ask children to do that are not actually developmental milestones.
Yeah.
We have some more for you. And I hope that you really walk away thinking about the expectations and the fact that these are not developmental milestones. And the children will get there on their own, but in the early childhood years, they're not ready yet. These are a lot of these, or all of these maybe, that we're going to discuss are unrealistic for the age group.
Yes.
Right? So I guess we should start out. We have two lists, actually.
I know.
We have to see what fits.
There
are so many.
We don't know.
There are sadly so many things that we demand of children or want to see children doing that are not actually milestones and maybe not appropriate for their age group.
Right.
So why don't you pick one?
All right. I want to start with this one.
Oh.
All right. Because I think this also might just be personality that's being judged, okay? And so this one is not bothering each other when they are concentrating on something. And I don't know if you've ever been in a staff meeting with adults, okay, that there are people bothering you when you're concentrating. So I sometimes think this milestone is not a milestone.
It is not a milestone.
This is a personality trait that you are judging. Possibly.
It is definitely not a developmental milestone.
But it's definitely not a milestone.
Letting other people concentrate on what they're doing. I don't remember seeing that in any standards on the CDC.
No, and not something a 3 to 5 year old could do.
No, it's their brain development. The part of the brain that governs impulse control is not developed yet. It's just laying the wiring. It's right behind your forehead.
Right.
Prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
It's not developed yet. So if the prefrontal cortex, and we know this is not developed, you know why the kids are interrupting each other and bothering each other when they're concentrating on things? Because they have an impulse. That's it. They're not trying to be disruptive. They're not trying to be nasty.
Yeah.
It's because they can't fully control their impulses yet.
Yeah.
So that whole notion of judging, is that the right word? Judging children based on their ability to not bother each other when someone's concentrating on something is like, That's not
Right.
appropriate for the age group, and it's not a developmental
And I
milestone.
think in some cases when you're older, that's just your personality, I think sometimes.
Yes, yes.
Right? Like if you didn't learn how to do that maybe when you were younger, it kind of becomes part of you.
I think it's okay to say, I know, it's okay to say to children, she's working on that right now. Let's
Yeah,
ask her later.
yeah.
You teach them that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're concentrating on this right now. They're working really hard on this right now. So let's go back and ask later. I think
Yeah.
is a perfectly legitimate thing to do. I'm not saying don't teach it to them.
Right.
I'm saying teach it to them, but understand it's not realistic for the age group for everyone, and it's not a developmental milestone.
Correct.
If
Yeah.
they exit these years that you're with them unable to do that, that's okay.
That's okay too.
That's
Yeah.
okay. And we shouldn't like grade them on it.
Well, and they are. If it's on these developmental assessments, then you're grading them.
Yes.
Right?
If they're
And
on it, if it's on
that's-
any kind of report that goes to families,
Yeah.
like at conferences or something, you're
Then
grading
you're
it.
grading them on
Yeah.
that, and it's something they're not able to do. So
Yes.
I don't know.
Can I pick the next one?
Yes, please.
Okay. The next one that I want to do is this one. It's children understanding that in a group setting or even within a family, sometimes our attention has to be divided.
Yes.
That they don't understand why it has to be divided. They don't want it divided.
Right.
They have an egocentric point of view of the world. They only want what they want when they want it.
Yep.
And when they need attention, they want attention.
Yeah.
It's really just how they view the world. They don't even understand that until a certain age, that other people can have a different want, need, or opinion than them. So the fact that they want your attention and you can't give it to them fully right now
Right.
is really
They don't-
frustrating and baffling to them.
Yeah.
The expectation that children will just be super calm when you can't pay attention to them in the
Yeah.
moment because your
Yeah.
attention is divided is
Right.
it's unrealistic.
That's-
And I've seen adults get upset about this.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, he's so impatient. And I'm like, yeah,
Right,
he's
yeah,
5.
He's 5.
Right?
Yeah.
He's
yeah. 5.
But haven't we all interacted with adults too?
Yes.
Who don't understand when you have to
Yeah.
pay attention to something else?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, I can't attend to you right now.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's another thing you kind of can't grade and rate children
Can't
on.
grade them on that. Yeah.
They have a certain point of view of the world.
Right.
That's where their heads are at.
Yeah.
It's not their obligation to meet me where I am. I feel like both of those were
They
trying to
kinda-
get children to meet us where we are.
Right. And that's not what we should be doing.
No.
We need to meet them.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So the notion that they will understand that your attention needs to be divided is not realistic.
Right.
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 Want to do this one
We'll
last
do
one
this
here?
one, and then we'll pop over those.
Okay, then we're going to pop over everybody.
We're popping.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is children's ability to understand their own abilities. What's an
I mean, even just to
example
look at
of that?
children and say, "Don't you know you can do that? You don't you know this about you?" They're not
Oh, yeah,
self-reflective.
they really- yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They don't yet
Yeah.
have the capacity to think abstractly enough for them to be self-reflective.
Right.
Right? So they're not we're teaching them again, we're teaching them
them.
all of this.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is we're laying a foundation, and that's why I feel like it's not beneficial to sort of rate them on it.
Right.
Because really, we are right at the beginning of helping them make those brain connections.
Right.
They're not going to have it yet
Yeah.
in the early childhood years. They're just not.
I also don't understand how you're rating these 3 particular things, right? Like there's no
Well, it depends on the program if they do it. I mean,
how do you measure this?
observation? Question mark?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it really something that's measurable? And I
don't
don't
know.
know if it is.
I don't know.
Because how do you know?
We
Right,
can't
like-
expect young children to understand what they're capable
Right.
of doing.
Yeah.
So when we come at them with questions that sort of hint at that they should know what they're capable of,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we constantly reinforce when they do something well, we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Because that's what teaches them what they can and cannot do, but we also know that underdeveloped brain needs repetition. If I just one day acknowledge your efforts, that doesn't mean you now know you're good with making effort,
True.
right?
Yeah. Because you acknowledged it one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not it. That's not going to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
there are others. We're popping over,
We're
right? We're
popping.
popping to the next screen. Sorry, everybody on YouTube. This is, it's how we roll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There are expectations about independence. I want to kind of look at that for a minute.
Yeah.
Expectations about independence that are just, so one of them is how often. It has to do with frequency.
Yeah.
Managing their belongings independently every day. Do I want young children to manage their belongings independently as much as they can?
Yes, but every day?
Every day through no matter how they're feeling
Right.
or what's happened or how
Right.
tired or hungry they are.
Like, I have to say, like, in my class, I very much teach independent skills, and they pack up, right? But every day? No. And do they need a lot of reminders? Yeah. But like every day, no.
No.
And I don't expect it every day because it's right after nap time. Like, some of them are tired, they're cranky, they want to go home. I also am tired, cranky, and want to go home. So like, sometimes I'm like, I'll just do it for you. It's fine today. Like, it's fine. Like, it's okay.
The standards that I'm thinking of, standards that I'm aware of, and
Yeah.
milestones that I'm aware of, say things about independence. And they say things like, is exhibiting more independent skills, or exhibiting an extension to their independence, is exhibiting the desire to be more independent.
Right.
That sort of thing. But it doesn't say that we expect them to do it by themselves every day. Every day.
Yeah,
No matter what. There are some days when I manage my belongings better than others. Come over
For
sometime
sure.
when I'm trying to clean things up.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Do I still sometimes forget to bring things to work? Yeah. I'm an adult. I'm still not managing that every day.
Another one that's just not a milestone.
Yeah.
The ability to clean up quickly, to be very efficient and have no reminders.
This drives me crazy.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Crazy. Like, because in my school they have this whole, like, we're going to time you when you're cleaning up. I'm like, they're 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you're criticizing them because they didn't clean up in 3 minutes when they just really were like majorly into what they were playing.
It's not a milestone,
It's
this
not a
cleanup
milestone.
thing.
Please also stop judging me as a teacher for the fact that they can't do it when they're 3, because that has happened to me many times.
Milestones might say something like shows care for the items in their environment.
Right.
That's different than cleans up quickly
I
and,
would
and
rather
efficiently.
them clean up slowly but take care of the items and put them back so that the item doesn't get hurt and that they don't get hurt than them do it fast.
Again, I sometimes clean up quickly and efficiently, and sometimes I do not.
Sometimes don't clean at all.
And sometimes I
Yeah.
need a reminder.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's just gaining independent skill is a milestone. Learning to take care of our things a little bit is a milestone, but it's treated like as if the children were older or something.
It's treated like they were older, and I'm telling you that we as teachers are also getting judged for
Yeah.
that. And it's almost like they look at you as a teacher of like, you didn't efficiently teach them properly.
They're
how
just
to
not
clean.
ready.
I'm
They're
like,
just not ready.
They're 3, and I'm happy that they just cleaned. I don't care if it took them 10 minutes. They cleaned, and the things are back where they're supposed to be. You know, do I need it to be in 2 minutes? No. Should it be in 2 minutes? No. Even I cannot clean up that whole room
In 2 minutes, no.
yeah.
No.
So,
There are also things that we are confused about.
yes.
And we have some myths and misunderstandings, and that came up when we were looking this up, so we wanted
Yeah.
to share them with everybody. Adults tend to confuse exposing a child to a skill and them having mastered it.
Right.
This is probably about the 1,000th time I've said this on the podcast. Mastery is defined as being able to do something consistently and independently. Simply exposing them to it doesn't mean that they have the
have
skill,
mastered it,
that they
yeah.
own the skill.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
Another one was that we confuse children who are complying with what we want them to do with children who are ready for the next step.
Right.
Super confusing.
Super confusing, but I also feel like this is a biggie because I feel like a lot of teachers just want the children to comply, but that they're just complying with you. They're not, but that doesn't mean they have understanding of what they're complying to, right? They're just rote doing it, right? And you want them to understand what they're doing, but the teachers often want them to comply because it makes it look like they know what they're doing.
Right.
I think. And that's not being ready for anything. That's not gaining skills. That's just them doing what you're telling them to do, just to do it.
Children will do things you've asked them to do. Children will memorize things
Yep.
and spit it back.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they've mastered the,
Yes,
and
correct.
they own, it's like owning a skill
Right.
when you've mastered
Right.
it. It's yours
Right.
now and nobody can take it away.
Yeah.
You know how people told us when we were young that the great thing about learning is that no one can take it away,
Take
from,
it
you.
away from you,
But it
yeah.
has to be fully integrated
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
Otherwise it goes
Yeah.
away on its own.
Yep. Yeah.
And another one is that adults confuse something being good for us and our convenience and what is actually a child's milestone or developmental skill.
Yeah.
And that's why we say things to children like sit this way. That's not required.
Right.
The things we mentioned today and what we mentioned in a prior episode from February, because it's convenient for us,
Right.
makes our lives easier. And then your brain starts to go, oh, that must be child development. It is not.
It is not.
It is
Yeah,
not,
it
folks.
is
Be
not.
clear.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at some examples. Like a child might sit for your morning meeting one day, but that doesn't mean that their bodies can now tolerate morning meeting every day or very long morning meetings.
Well, and they like that example says 30 minutes. I'm like,
That's
what
way too
school? I
long.
can't even sit for 30 minutes. But yeah, they're not going to be able to do it every day. Mm-hmm. And just or even this one about may share when calm.
I don't know, but I'm gonna admit
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that an AI source gave me a sentence that I really like.
Oh,
It says development is uneven, contextual. It happens within its context
Right.
of what's happening, and heavily dependent on co-regulation, which is us doing it with them,
Yes.
and a good
Good
positive environment.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And you cannot skip steps with them, and you know things that are not developmental milestones they may or may not do. And as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned, okay, they'll get there eventually.
Right. Right.
I'm more, as an early educator, I'm focused on what are the state standards and what is the expectation of my state for what children should know and be able to do by the time they exit the preschool years.
Right.
And that's what the standards
Right.
usually are by exit time,
Yeah.
and they're off to go to the next grade or school.
Right.
This is what they should be able to demonstrate.
Right.
That's what interests me. And these things that we talked about today and in February, they're not in there
they're not.
in a high quality state standard document.
Right.
They're not in there from tools that we use that are high quality in early education. I hope that pediatricians are not focusing on that when they talk with families, because it's not a milestone,
Right.
right?
Right.
Sometimes I think the milestones sound so simple to us, but they're the actual milestones. It's because we're adults now.
Yeah.
It was difficult for the child.
Yeah.
It was hard for you when you were young.
Yeah, it was.
You know? All right. I hope this all made sense. I feel like we rambled a little, but
Yeah, it's
that's
fine.
okay.
We always ramble. a
That's
little.
okay.
It's who we are.
Don't don't forget, if you subscribe to my Substack, your first name may be shouted
true.
out next.
That is true.
Right? And I know people kind of get a kick.
Yeah.
So we will catch you next time on the podcast, preschool peeps.
Yes, we will. Bye, peeps.
Bye, peeps.